We will now roll into our post-race press conference for this afternoon's Lucas Oil 200 and the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. We've now been joined by our third-place finisher, Erik Jones, driver of the number 4 Special Olympics World Games Toyota. And Erik, a third-place finish, but obviously a disappointing afternoon after leading so many laps there at the end.
Yeah, it's it's just, man, the last 3 weeks just haven't worked out for us. But honestly, we didn't have a shot to win before we came in and took 2. And I was in on the call and did what we needed to on the restart, got the lead, and just didn't have enough tire left for the end. But a solid day for us, and I think we learned a lot to come back here again. But it's just a shame, we couldn't bring it home. I really wish we could have won this one, but we'll keep moving on. We got a good truck, we got a good race team, and we'll go into next week at Texas.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take questions for Erik. If you have one, please raise your hand and state your name, affiliation, and we'll start with Reed and then go to Lee. Go ahead, Reed.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Erik, you've led more than 50% of the laps in the last 3 races. Is it getting frustrating for you to do that and not get the win, and how are you dealing with that?
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating, and it's it's even more frustrating at this moment. Once you get a few days down the road, it just kind of passes by, but it just really hurts. It's being that close to a win 3 weeks in a row. It's just tough to swallow, and it's just a bummer for this race team. We've been so fast, and we haven't been able to have any wins to show for it. But like I said, we made a call to take 2 with however 60 to go there, and that's a lot of laps on lefts. I believe we ended up close to 80 laps on our lefts, and it showed at the end about 20 to go. I started getting free, and I tried to manage, and that's when he closed the gap up, and then getting in lap traffic was just too much. I couldn't do it anymore, and the thing just got so loose I couldn't hang on to it. But, we'll take it, and we'll move on, and we'll just keep getting better.
All right, Lee, go ahead.
Lee Spencer, Motorsport.com. I know this may seem, irrelevant now, but big picture, how blessed are you to have a driver coach like Kyle Busch? Because, he doesn't really come at you on the radio and beat you up like, some coaches might. It sounds more like just continual information, just teaching you as you go. I can't imagine a better mentor on the radio.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, really. We sat and had lunch this week and talked about a lot of things and talked about racing in general, life in general, and to have him on the radio this weekend with us and coaching me along was pretty big, especially today with some of the struggles we were having early in the race and falling back and trying to come through the field and managing our tires and especially just helped me a lot today, honestly, and he's helped me a lot in the past, and I'm sure he'll help me a lot in the future. But it's pretty cool to have a guy like that in your ear and know he's there to help, and I'm sure he'll even be helping along tomorrow.
All right, do we have any additional questions for Erik? All right, on a positive note, you get the opportunity to race again tomorrow in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and it's also your birthday, so hopefully that one will end a little bit sweeter than this one did. So
thanks, appreciate it.
We've now been joined by our second-place finisher, driver of number 51, Aris Toyota, Daniel Suarez. And Daniel, congratulations on your second-place finish. It is your the best NASCAR Camping World Truck Series finish you've had, but it's also your best National Series finish you've had. So talk a little bit about the race this afternoon, but really overall just your entire season of running both the Camping World Truck Series and the NASCAR Xfinity Series as well.
Well, for sure. Talking about the whole 2015 so far, it's been a big difference from my 2014, where I was racing in Mexico and some kind of races. Definitely a big step, big difference. Racing with Jockey Racing and Kyle Busch Motorsports, it's just a great opportunity. I'm very lucky because just to have fast race cars every weekend is just great. I feel like we have a shot every single weekend. I feel like I'm learning a lot every single weekend. Every single weekend we learn something new. Kyle has been on our side a lot, helping us as well. Everyone in Jockey Racing. I just feel like we are getting closer and closer. We are learning a lot, like I said, and hopefully we can get one win soon.
All right, we'll go ahead and take questions for Daniel. If you have one, please raise your hand and state your name and affiliation. All right, we'll go to Chris.
ChrisKnightKitchens.com. Daniel, how much did you learn today that you can apply to tomorrow's race, and do you have a car that you feel like can win?
Yeah, I think so. Actually, I'm very confident about my 18 Aries Toyota. It's been pretty strong the whole day, pretty much. I felt like we learned some stuff. For sure, it's different. The air that the truck moves is a lot more than the car. But man, in traffic, it was impossible to pass. It was pretty much a race where the track position is everything. So, I feel like we learned that. For sure, it's going to be not that difficult about traffic tomorrow, but it's going to be a important point to look at it and see how everything work out for us tomorrow.
All right, Kelly, go ahead.
Kelly Crandall from PopularSpeed.com. Daniel, you keep mentioning that you're learning and you're jumping back and forth between the Xfinity and the Truck Series, and I think you've run all but one truck race this year. Have you been surprised that you've been able to jump back and forth and be fast in both the truck and the car? And has that been a benefit, do you believe, to your success this year?
Yeah, to be honest, I've been very very surprised how competitive we have been in the last couple months in both series, and I'm just excited. I feel like we are learning a lot. To be honest, I feel different from February to right now. I feel more different. I have more confidence. I know a little bit more. I have been learning a lot, like I said, and I just feel like we are making ground, and that's very important in both sides. With Cal Busch Motorsports, with Jockey Racing, and in both sides we are competitive. Hopefully we can get a little bit more luck soon to try to finish in the victory lane in one side or the other.
Right, Reed, go ahead.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Daniel, I think after you passed Erik at the end of the race there, I think you got within about 0.3 of a second of Tyler. Was traffic the deciding factor there?
To be honest, I feel like we had a faster truck right there, but traffic was everything. Actually, I was talking with my crew chief, Jerry Buescher, through the radio. I think he was in the middle of the race, and I told him, hey, you know what? I don't care about tires. I need this track position. So, for sure, the track position it was very important. The Erik Jones he changed just 2 tires in the last pits, and he was able almost to take the win, and he was driving away. But traffic was a big problem for him and for me and I feel like for everyone. So track position was very important. Traffic was something that it was a gamble right there. But overall, I feel like we learned some good stuff for tomorrow.
All right, Lee, go ahead.
Lee Spencer, Motorsport.com. Congratulations, first of all, and second, can you just talk about what Kyle said to you and how has Kyle helped mentor you through the transition of getting used to places? I mean, this place can be a bear. It ate up a lot of the young kids today, but you pretty much stayed the course.
Well, a little bit of everything. As you know, most of the racetracks that we have been so far this year, I never been before. Some of them I've been before in the K&N, and some of them I never been even for watch, even just for watch the race. So it's just a little bit difficult to get in a racetrack when you have no idea what's going on, what to expect with a new race car, with a new racetrack. It's a little bit of difficult, and Kyle has been very very helpful to me to give me advice, what to expect, how I need to be strong in the race, not just in practice. What to look for, all these kind of details that you pretty much you just learn with the experience, with the time, with laps, with races, and I feel like all these conversations with him has been very very helpful to me to try to hurry up all this learning process and to know a little bit more about the racetrack that pretty much we never been before.
All right, if we can get a microphone up front here to Mary, please.
Zach Catanzarelli, Funchfetch. You also finished second at Bristol in the Xfinity Series. Is there something about the concrete high banks that suit your driving style?
Well, maybe something about the concrete. I really like it. I like the grip. It's something that I really do like it. But something that is important as well is that I had the opportunity to race here twice in the NASCAR K&N Pro Series East, and as well in Bristol, I think 3 times. So at least I knew a little bit about the racetrack. I knew what to expect. obviously it's a different race car, different truck in this case, but I feel like to know the racetrack is something very important, even when it's in a different race car.
All right, Mary, go ahead.
Mary Jo Buchanan, Speedway Media. Can you talk a little bit about the chemistry with your team, your crew chief, and how that is contributing to your success?
Well, definitely something that we have been working on since the winter, pretty much since last year. Even when we were out of the racetrack, I was spending time at the shop, both shops in Cal Busch Motorsport and Jockey Racing to try to build my chemistry with everyone in my team very much, and that's something very important. And I think, I mean, I really like to spend time at the shop with my guide, with my crew chief, with my engineer, have a good relationship. You know, not just in racing, you know, out of racing as well. To have lunch with them, to spend some time during the weekends when we don't have races. So I think that is something very important that I have a lot of confidence that chemistry is just getting better and better every single weekend, either in the Xfinity Series or the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series.
All right. If we get a microphone to Chris, please.
Chris Knight, Kitchens.com again. Daniel, do you think you're exceeding expectations? Do you feel like that you would be finishing as high as you have been since you came over to NASCAR? I mean, I know you expected to finish in the top 10, but now you're contending for wins and you're not even halfway through the season.
Yeah, that's great. My goal in the beginning of the season was to learn and to try to build, like I said, my chemistry with my team and finish races and finish in the top 10. And to be honest, so far it's been much better than that. So look like we are in the right track. We are learning in the right track, and we have the right people on my side. Like I said, everyone in Cal Busch Motorsports, Jockey Racing, Kyle Busch. He's been, like I said, very, very helpful. And I think that we are getting closer and closer. I think that we are learning some good stuff, and I think like my confidence personally is getting better and better. So hopefully one weekend, in one racetrack, we can make it.
All right, Daniel, before we let you go, if you don't mind to just give us a quick recap of your race today in Spanish, we would appreciate that as well.
Pues bueno, primero que nada, muchísimas gracias a todos por su gran apoyo, a todos en México, aquí en Estados Unidos, a todo Jockey Racing, Cal Busch Motorsports, Harris, Toyota, Telcel, todos por su gran apoyo. Creo que fue un fin de semana sólido, un fin de semana positivo. Nos quedamos cerca, seguimos trabajando, creo que se está aprendiendo mucho. Creo que el día de hoy se aprendió muchísimo para el día de mañana en la carrera. El tráfico va a ser algo interesante el día de mañana. Esperemos y poder sortearlo aún mejor que el día de hoy. Y pues bueno, otro segundo lugar. Espero que se pueda seguir trabajando, seguir mejorando y, ¿por qué no, pronto terminar en el Victory Lane?
All right, Daniel, we appreciate your time today. We wish you the best of luck tomorrow. We've now been joined by our race-winning team in this afternoon's Lucas Oil 200 here at Dover in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. We've been joined by our race winner, driver of the number 9 BBR Music Group Ford, Tyler. Oh, 19. Excuse me, the number 19 BBR Music Group Ford, Tyler Reddick, his race-winning crew chief, Doug Randolph, and his team owner, Brad Keselowski. And Tyler, we'll start with you. An exciting win to kick off this season in Daytona earlier this year. Dover, a totally different racetrack, a totally different race. So to come back here and take home the victory, just talk a little bit about what that means, but also it shows the strength of the team as well.
Yeah, most definitely. We knew getting one win, is the first step, and the only thing we want more than one win is 2 wins. And we worked really hard Thursday to better our truck. And overnight, we put together a better package for Friday, and it was just all around better. And it was really solid. I knew we had a top 5 truck starting the race, and we just ended up being in position to put our Brad Keselowski Racing Ford F-150 in victory lane. And it was great to give Broken Bow Records another victory this year, and Draw Tight, and Cooper Standard as well. So it's great to get a win for everybody back home, and it's a good way to get the season going for us.
And Doug, from your viewpoint this afternoon, talk a little bit about the race, how it played out, and ultimately coming home the winners.
Well, first of all, it was definitely a full, not just team, but organization effort. We weren't as good as we thought we should be in practice, and our teammate was really good, and we leaned on them a little bit overnight, and that helped us a lot. And you know, as an organization, I think we've run 6 races this year and won 3, so we've stepped up our game. So I feel like we're doing really good there. And then it was a crazy race today. You know, there were so many cautions, so many different pit strategies. Obviously, track position was important. In halfway, I guess, we made a decision to try to get some track position, you know, and hope the race played out a certain way. And luckily for us, it did. It could have easily gone a different way, but at that time, that was the decision we made.
And Brad, as the team owner, it's always nice to come home the winners and get to visit Victory Lane. Talk a little bit about just the win this afternoon, but also Tyler and what he's brought to the team as well.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, certainly, you know, a great day, but for us, kind of a landmark day in the sense that, you know, 3 wins in a season is the most we've ever had, and I think we're right at a little past a third of the way through the season. You know, we've got a lot to be proud of, and we've got our focus, you know, on winning a championship. And you know, Tyler ran a partial season last year, and now a full season this year. So this is, you know, still his first full season. So it's nice to see that come together the way it has, and you know, it's going to be an exciting finish from here for the championship. There's a lot of racing left to do, but I think you saw today there's so many great competitors out there with Matt Kraft and Erik Jones, Daniel Hemrick, and Daniel Suarez. And, you know, the championship battle will certainly come down towards the end. And these wins are what's going to make the difference, you know, because I was watching at one point, I think Matt Crafton got a pit road penalty. And in 2 laps, he was back to 7th or 8th. And so, you know, those top 5s and top 10s will keep you in the game, but you have to put in these wins and get those extra 3 to 5 points that you get for a win, other than second, to really break yourself out of that. And so, you know, to have 2 wins this early in the year and know that we're capable of getting more really pushes that forward, and something we can really be proud of as a team. And you know, watching the guys here, this is probably the most complete race I've seen them put together, and that was really, really impressive. So we've got a lot to look forward to and a lot of work still to do.
All right, we'll go ahead and take questions for Doug, Tyler, or Brad. If you have one, please raise your hand and state your name and affiliation, and we'll start with Reed.
Tyler, it sounded like from some of your comments in Victory Lane that you felt like you really had a score to settle with this place. I think you finished 8th last year, but you know, you had the situation with your leg falling asleep. Could you talk about that a little bit and just tell us why you felt so strongly that you needed to prove yourself here?
Well, I feel like we need to prove ourselves at every given racetrack, but after what I let happen to myself last year, not knowing a lot about the G-forces in the corners here, not really, I was kind of, you know, green when it came to asphalt racing and understanding, you know, it's a lot higher speed racing and your body's gonna be moving around a lot more than I was used to in the dirt car racing. So we had a top 5 truck last year, and to have something like that impede our progress from getting that would have been our first top 5, and we had a really strong truck. We were running 3rd at 1.2 last year. To have something like that mess up a day which could have been potentially a breakout day for us is just things you can't have happen in racing. And you know, I really wanted to come back here and run really strong, just like I want to run strong in every given race. But that gave me just a little bit extra fuel to the fire, and you know, I knew I had to run good here, and we did.
We'll take additional questions. Okay.
Tyler, Jacob Mullins, RubbingsRacing.com. Can you talk about the incident early in the race with Jennifer Jo Cobb? Just want your take on it.
Yeah, well, we were in lap traffic there early on in the race, and Jennifer pulled. She was trying to pass another vehicle, and she looked like she was going to give me 3 wide, and then she closed the door, and so I woed up to try and avoid from getting into the back of her, but she just got loose when I was right behind her, and she ended up spinning and tearing her vehicle up and being out of the race early. It's just a real shame. Being from my dirt racing, when I wrecked my own stuff, I had to fix it. I understand that when something like that happens to a team, it really sets yourself back, and you don't want days like that. And I just feel really bad for that happening to them and their team.
All right, we have an additional question. Thank you.
Zach Catanzardi, front stretch. You got the big win at Daytona to start the year. This is such a different kind of track, though, a downforce track. In a way, is this kind of a bigger win to kind of prove what you can do on the real tracks? I know Daytona is its own thing, but in a way, is this a big win?
Well, as a team, we wanted to prove that we can give on any given racetrack, and we've now won at Daytona, Martinsville, and Dover. Both all very different monsters in their own sense, and that's a perfect way to start the year. Hopefully, we can get the mile-and-a-half victory here very soon. We've had shots at Kansas and other tracks we've been fast at, so our whole program around this whole series is really, really good.
All right. Additional questions? All right. Well, congratulations, guys, and
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.